I'm going to do a quick and dirty little introduction video here to kind of document some of my process. My friend Corey, who plays in a 80s 80s slime, Nickelodeon slime band, I don't know, that's what I guess I'll cover, called Vandalaze. He had basically smashed up his Novation MiniNova synthesizer. The condition I got it in, the keys were busted, and the microphone input was pretty dinged up, and it was covered in tiger stripe duct tape and a max headroom bumper sticker. So I'm going to kind of document some of my process on repairing this, because I looked at a couple videos online and I could see that this might be a fun synth to kind of work with. But I'm basically going to be bypassing the keys entirely. We're not going to use that. We'll use MIDI or USB since it can be controlled over that. And what I'll need to do... Alright, so this board I took out already. This is the brains of it. I was able to hook up the LCD screen to this and hook it up to my computer over USB and update the firmware. I believe I went through it. I don't have access to the panel buttons right now, so I don't know if I fully did it. But it powers on, so I think this is repairable. The main issue is that the board this is the board that goes underneath our control panels. So this, it doesn't have any of the software or synth sounds in it really. It's just going to be the controls for all the software chips here, right? Now, we got some breaks on the board. I've kind of marked off where I'm going to need to repair. I'll be taking a razor blade, exposing some of the contacts on here and resoldering them, and then kind of glue it all together. On the back I've marked a couple of the spots that I'm going to have to repair, and this is like, for the most part, most of the board is pretty good. Everything that has all the actual components on it is kind of good. It's just going to be, I guess, this grounding strip on the side, and any of these things, this is going to be a real big pain to look at. But I was, basically given this thing for free. If it doesn't work, who cares? And in process, I would have learned a couple things out of it. But yeah, I'm going to try to see if I repair this. And then at the end, it's not going to have keys. I'm going to replace the top and kind of rehouse it in something or other. So we'll just keep the top, the back panel. It's going to be controlled via MIDI, and we'll have all the panels and everything. And I'm really kind of more excited about the vocoder part that this thing comes with. That'll be fun. Alright, I'll make another video update later. Actually, I'm not posting this anything. I'm going to be editing it down, but yeah, I can edit some of this down. And this was the Forever 21 bag that it was in. And behold my mess. Okay, after my initial kind of soldering to kind of see if I got some connections done, none of these are really working here, but some of the dials are working, but some of these buttons down here are not working yet because I still have to solder those in. Fix the connections. We have it hooked up. Yeah, it's working. soldered the back side. What I basically did, I used the Dremel, I exposed the circuit panels, and then kind of resoldered them on if I could, and then followed the connections around and just, I mean, it's not a clean job, but this is what I'm doing right now. So that's that side. And then next, I will be doing this side. So I've already exposed the contact points there. And I just need to connect those across because those were connected before. That one there, that one maybe, and right there. So these points I just need to resolder them on. This is all really small, so I'm going to save this for the next day. Okay, video update. I've spent the last few hours kind of watching a Witchcraft 10 and 11 from this Hotter Than Hell collection DVD. That's beside the point. So I've resoldered a lot of these points that I found where the breaks were at. So this break was a big deal, and I found about 5 connections that were kind of going all over the place. We traced them back to where they were at, and I just soldered the points right onto them and reconnected a lot of these ends here where they would be. So the solders were okay, but when I hooked this up, it still is glitching out. I'm going to do another video just so I can show the glitching part of it, getting everything hooked up. And I'm going to basically bypass trying to use a control board. I hooked it up to my computer again. I used the Novation MiniNova library and changed patches on it and was able to play it via the library and a MIDI keyboard. So this, I'm going to be scrapping this part of it. One thing I do need is this volume knob, which connects right to the board. Luckily it's not connected to anything here, so I'm going to saw this right off here. Okay, this is technically how it would be all put together in the case. As we can see, the LEDs are glitching out. It means I got a short somewhere, so it doesn't know how to do it. And when I hit the only buttons that tend to work, if I hit any of these, the only button that tends to work if I hit any of these is going to be like the 8. And that will actually try button, favorite, and it kind of cycles through everything that's happening. So yeah, I know there's a short. Also, this knob, I think this was changing something too. But yeah, I'm scrapping this whole thing. Okay, I have made the MiniNova. It's basically a DAW only MiniNova. All the control buttons, even these keys here, these buttons don't work. This has got to be ran over USB through a DAW, but all the synths are there, all the functions are there, and I haven't fully quite tested it yet, but I want to make sure the vocoder works. But this is the bizarreness that I've gotten so far with this whole thing. Okay, as you've noticed, I've already abandoned the entire other control panel, which I talked about in a previous video. I'm stitching this all together, so I don't know why I say previous video or whatnot, but this is the MiniNova, and it is ugly and gross and scarred, but you know what? It's functional, and from when it came from, I'm happier about it.